Academics, professionals, and interested stakeholders have recognized Ar-Rahnu as a crucial element of Islamic microfinance. Ar-Rahnu, also referred to as Islamic pawnbroking, is a practice whereby a person obtains a short-term finance by pledging their gold to Islamic pawn shops or banks as collateral. It is one of the microfinancing options offered to those with medium and lower income who need money for two things. First, for preventive reasons, and second, to meet their own family's requirement. The needy are those who fall under the lower income group or small businesses with limited capital or excluded from the mainstream financial system. The example of a precautionary purpose is whenever a person encounters unexpected situations such as accident and death, which require them to have cash. Muslim users view Ar-Rahnu as a substitute for traditional pawnbroking businesses which provide fast cash or lending of money to the poor. Despite the fact that Ar-Rahnu has been around since 1992, thanks to the founding of Muassasah Gadaian Islam Terengganu (MGIT), and that there has been an extensive research on Islamic financing products. Ar-Rahnu study has received less attention. There are very few published empirical studies on trends or development in Ar-Rahnu research (ARR), and the very few studies on Ar-Rahnu are still fragmented. We can only understand so much about the state, problems, and potential future of ARR because of the lack of such research. As a result, the primary goal of this research is to examine ARR's development. Examining previous studies on Ar-Rahnu was done in order to examine the development. The previous section's information about Ar-Rahnu and its connected fields is used in the paper as a chronological assessment of the literature. The review is based on a thorough analysis of the breadth of Ar-Rahnu related literature without restrictions on a specific time period or journal list. Through special attention was paid to eminent journals that publish research related to Islamic accounting, Sharia, banking, economics, and finance. Institutions affiliated with Ar-Rahnu must adhere to strict regulations that ensure they follow the fundamentals of Islamic financing. These organizations are required to follow moral business principles such as open communication, reasonable pricing, and safekeeping of pledged goods. They must also establish Sharia advisory boards that advise them on compliance issues and guarantee that all of their operations adhere to the Islamic standard. For those who favor Sharia compliant financing choices and are in need of short-term funding, Ar-Rahnu is a useful financial tool. It provides an alternative to traditional banking and enables people to borrow against their valued assets while still adhering with Islamic standards.
Now we start with the Ar-Rahnu issue number 1, high interest rate. High interest rate create difficulty for Ar-Rahnu operators. They must charge borrower higher rates to cover costs, making it harder for borrower to afford their services. This often leads to the loan default. However, operator can take steps to mitigate the impact. They can offer lower interest rate by reducing operational expenses, streamlining processes, negotiating better deals, and embracing the technology. Providing financial education helps borrower make informed decisions and manage loan effectively. Operators can collaborate with borrower, devise personalized repayment plan, and help rebuild their credit history. Despite challenges, operators remain committed to supporting borrowers and contributing to community financial well-being.
Next is issue 2, safekeeping charge. The lack of specific justification for the bank payment rate and pawnbroker is problematic from a Sharia perspective. The interest rate and other costs are chosen by each mortgage holder independently. The standard interest rate charged by pawnbroker in the market is 2% per month. The rate is anticipated to rise if the loan has a maturity duration longer than 1 month. Then, most deals with a Rahnu finance last up to 6 months. In the case of default, customer will have an additional 6 months to settle the bill. However, a 6-month extension is only granted once in the initial 6 months worth of ujrah fees have been paid. The ujrah fee will be levied twice as a consequence, once during the first contract extension term and once during the subsequent 6 months.
Issue number 3. Ar-Rahnu contract. Law writers must adhere to the fiqh rules while creating contracts and agreement for Ar-Rahnu. According to current use, law drafters continue to refer to the aforementioned fiqh principle while drafting contract clauses. The contract stipulation make use of fiqh concept without specifically mentioning Ar-Rahnu. This circumstance may lead to misunderstandings and the belief that the contract is distinct from the Ar-Rahnu contract or not the Ar-Rahnu contract at all. For instance, it will be assumed that the contract is an al-qard contract and not an Ar-Rahnu contract if the idea of al-qard is mentioned and used more frequently in the provisions of the contract.
Next, we move to the opportunities Ar-Rahnu. Number 1, expanding into new market. Venturing into new market offer great opportunities for Ar-Rahnu operators to expand and reach a wider audience. However, it requires careful research and understanding of market condition. This involves knowing competitors, understanding the target market needs and preferences, and being familiar with the regulatory environment. Partnering with local experts can provide valuable insight. Successful expansion takes time and a long-term mindset, requiring persistence and adaptability. Practical steps for fruitful expansion include identifying target market aligned with business objective, conducting true market research, and creating an effective marketing plan. Operators should also emphasize their unique selling point, build strong relationship with key stakeholders, and approach the expansion with a human touch. By following these steps, Ar-Rahnu operators can increase their chances of success and connect with customers in new market.
Next, for opportunity 2, inroad into the highly regulated and diverse financial industry present a significant opportunity for Ar-Rahnu. By entering the industry, Ar-Rahnu can tap into a large customer base, provide alternative financial solutions to underserved individuals, and cater to growing demand for Sharia-compliant products. Collaboration with established institutions, differentiation through innovation, and compliance with regulation are crucial for success in this competitive landscape. Overall, making inroad allow Ar-Rahnu to expand its reach, build credibility, and contribute to financial inclusion.
Now we move to the next opportunity. In this section, we will discuss the immense opportunity for Ar-Rahnu operators to meet Sharia compliance financial needs. Islamic banking, adhering to Sharia principle, promotes ethical behavior and prohibits interest. Ar-Rahnu offers an alternative for those seeking Sharia compliant service as the demand for Islamic finance grows globally. Ar-Rahnu operators cater to Muslims who follow Islamic standards, avoiding interest-based loans and non-compliant practices. By operating within Islamic finance parameters, Ar-Rahnu collects service fees instead of interest, aligning with Islamic belief. This This growing industry allows operators to establish themselves as reputable providers of ethical financial services. Islamic finance is gaining popularity beyond Muslim majority nations, attracting individuals drawn to its moral standards and social responsibility. Arahnu can uh, Arahnu can capitalize on this rising demand by serving both Muslim and non-Muslim clients seeking Sharia compliant solutions. Building a reputation as reliable suppliers or ethical financial service leads to long-term loyalty and success. In summary, Arahnu operators have a significant chance to capitalize on a growing market, positioning themselves as reputable providers of moral and lawful financial services by adhering to Sharia principle and delivering value to clients. We can contribute to the growth of the Islamic banking sector.
I will explain about challenges of Arahnu, interest rates and fees. First, high interest rate with the possibility of high interest rates. Next, fixed expenses, storage and other administrative expenses for Arahnu services sometimes come with a fixed cost. Last but not least, late payment fees. Arahnu providers may impose additional charge of penalties if the borrower fails to make prompt repayments.
Furthermore, for the challenge to competition from traditional pawnshop and ahlong, conventional and ahlong mortgage have high loan value, creating competition. Arahnu lend based on gold weight and price. Debtor choose conventional or ahlong mortgage because of Arahnu does not charge interest and simply requires safe wage expenditure. Arahnu only loan against gold. If the debtor is ahlong, they can pledge any goods. Thus, Arahnu Center is tough for single Muslim males to borrow. In this age of globalization, most people prefer to borrow from ahlong or a trust money lender without contemplating the long-term consequences.
Okay, now we move to the third challenge. We will explore the key elements for Arahnu businesses to build trust and credibility in the market. Clients using Arahnu services seek assurance that their asset will be securely handled with confidentiality maintained. Operators must establish strong security standards and transparent processes to address this concern. Next, open communication about operational procedures, valuations, and asset safeguarding is crucial. With strict security measures are necessary to protect clients' assets, including physical security, surveillance systems, and access restrictions. Operators also should demonstrate the value placed on security to instill confidence. Moreover, transparency is vital. By providing clear information on asset assessment, valuation, and storage will help clients to understand the professionalism and fairness in handling their assets. By qualified appraisers ensure accurate valuation and demonstrating fairness to clients. Furthermore, safeguarding customer privacy is essential with requiring secure data management system and strict standards. By complying with legal regulations such as KYC and AML standards will enhance the credibility. Next, proactively seeking and addressing customer feedbacks build trust. And next, encouraging reviews and prompt responses to concerns to show dedication to customer satisfaction. Lastly, with positive feedback and testimonials will reinforce the credibility. In summary, prioritizing security, transparency, accurate valuation, customer privacy, legal compliance, and proactive customer engagement will establish trust and credibility for Ar-Rahnu operators.
In the field of Islamic finance, Ar-Rahnu presents both opportunities and difficulties as a Sharia-compliant pawnbroking concept. While it provides people with a different way to acquire short-term financing while upholding Islamic beliefs, it also has a number of issues that must be resolved in order to fully realize its potential. The issues that arise with Ar-Rahnu, including high interest rate, safekeeping charge, and Ar-Rahnu contract, underscore the necessity of regulatory control, uniformity, and consumer protection measures. By solving these issues, Ar-Rahnu can help people have more faith in one another and create a more equitable and fair financial system. Despite this obstacle, Ar-Rahnu also offers chances for financial inclusion and empowerment, especially for the individuals who could not otherwise have access to traditional banking services. Its commitment to Islamic principles draws people looking for finance choices that comply with Sharia and enables them to use their priced goods to meet their immediate financial needs. In order to take use of the opportunities offered by Ar-Rahnu, efforts should be made to increase its geographic accessibility, improve financial literacy programs, and make sure that Ar-Rahnu services are available for a wider variety of valuable assets besides gold. People may make wise selections, comprehend the terms and conditions, and fully enjoy the advantage of Ar-Rahnu by encouraging education and awareness. Ar-Rahnu offers a big chance to provide for people's financial needs while upholding Islamic teachings. Ar-Rahnu can be a useful financial tool that encourages financial inclusion, gives more people power, and advances Islamic finance by addressing the issues, grabbing the opportunities, and putting in place the required safeguards.